Enjoyment is just the sound of being centered. Happiness is one pole, sadness is another. Blissfulness is one pole, misery is another. Life consists of both, and life is richer because of both. A life only of blissfulness will have extension, but will not have depth. A life of only sadness will have depth, but will not have extension. It is my observation that all human hearts are the same and that their ultimate desire is also the same. This soul wants happiness, perfect and pure happiness, because only then will all desires end. As long as desire exists, misery exists, because with desire there can be no peace. The total absence of desire brings happiness. It also brings freedom and liberation, because whenever something is lacking there are both limits and dependency. Only when nothing at all is lacking is there the possibility of total freedom. Freedom brings happiness. And happiness is salvation. The essential religion is taking the whole responsibility for whatsoever you are. And immediately an insight arises: if I am responsible for my suffering, then it is simple, I can drop it. It is my choice. I will not choose it anymore. We ask for happiness, but what we get is unhappiness. We all put our efforts into trying to be happy, but we make a fundamental mistake. Happiness is not related to the effort. Happiness is related to not asking for it. Spread compassion all around you. Look around you, people are so unhappy. Don't add to their unhappiness. Your compassion will lessen their unhappiness. Just one word of compassion will lessen their unhappiness. Don't add to their unhappiness. All alternatives are open. Choose to be blissful. And then there are people who can be blissful even when they are imprisoned, and there are people who remain miserable even when they are living in marble palaces. It all depends on you. You are all adding to each other's unhappiness. You are all helping each other to be more unhappy. Every single man has many people behind him making him unhappy. If an understanding of compassion is there, then you will change all the ways that you cause unhappiness in others. And if you can bring happiness to someone's life, you will find a way to do it. Happiness has nothing to do with what you have or don't have. Happiness is related to what you are. However many things you may collect, perhaps they may increase your worries, your troubles, but happiness will not increase because of them. Certainly unhappiness will increase with them, but they have no relation to an increase in your happiness. One has just to be oneself. That's my basic message. The moment you accept yourself as you are, all burdens, all mountainous burdens, simply disappear. Then life is a sheer joy, a festival of lights. Tantra says be real, be authentic to yourself. Your happiness is not bad, it is good. It is not sin. Only sadness is sin, only to be miserable is sin. To be happy is virtue, because a happy person will not create unhappiness for others. Only a happy person can be a ground for others' happiness. Experiment with this a little. During these days that you are here with me, don't nourish any desire for happiness, and then see how your heart becomes filled with happiness. Don't have any desire for peace, and see how the turmoil within you vanishes. Don't beg for contentment and see how contentment showers down on you. Please try this, only then will you understand. Feeling very happy, why? An explanation is needed. No, happiness needs no explanation. Happiness is its own explanation. God is creating because that is the only way He can be happy. That is the only way He loves. That is the only way He sings. That's the only way He can be at all. Creation is His innermost nature. No why is needed. My effort here is to create bliss, not happiness. Happiness is worthless. It depends on unhappiness. Bliss is transcendence. One moves beyond the duality of being happy and unhappy. One watches both. Happiness comes. One watches and does not become identified with it. One does not say, I am happy. Peace, it is wonderful. One simply watches. One says, yes, a white cloud passing. A Sufi mystic who had always remained happy was asked. For 70 years people had watched him. He had never been found sad. One day they asked him, what is the secret of your happiness? He said, there is no secret. Every morning when I wake up, I meditate for 5 minutes and I say to myself, listen, now there are two possibilities. You can be miserable, or you can be blissful. Choose. And I always choose to be blissful. Misery makes you special. Misery makes you more egoistic. A miserable man can have a more concentrated ego than a happy man. A happy man really cannot have the ego, because a person becomes happy only when there is no ego. The more egoless, the more happy, the more happy, the more egoless. You dissolve into happiness. You cannot exist together with happiness. You exist only when there is misery. In happiness there is dissolution. When you are happy you are ordinary, because to be happy is just to be natural. To be miserable is to become extraordinary. Nothing is special in being happy. Trees are happy, birds are happy, animals are happy, children are happy. What is special in that? It is just the usual thing in existence. Existence is made of the stuff called happiness. Just look. Can't you see these trees? So happy. Can't you see the birds singing so happily? Happiness has nothing special in it. Happiness is a very ordinary thing. Don't be too much concerned about money, because that is the greatest distraction against happiness. And the irony of ironies is that people think they will be happy when they have money. Money has nothing to do with happiness. If you are happy and you have money, you can use it for happiness. If you are unhappy and you have money, you will use that money for more unhappiness. Because money is simply a neutral force. I am not against money, remember. Don't misinterpret me. I am not against money. I am not against anything. Money is a means. If you are happy and you have money, you will become more happy. If you are unhappy and you have money, you will become more unhappy, because what will you do with your money? Your money will enhance your pattern, whatsoever it is. If you are miserable and you have power, what will you do with your power? You will poison yourself more with your power. You will become more miserable.